wasn't until the very last year they were here when the Monarchan Empire discovered them. It's open. Well, let's see if we can find anything that Zolostene left behind. That's how he kept up with the times. Looks like Quartos's face. I wonder if he knew of his arrival. Well, mostly everything seems unchanged. Seems he left some of his breath behind. For some reason, I feel like there's something hidden in this clock. I'll figure out what that is later.
Zackary Vore.
Show yourself, you ruffian! Victor Zolostene, you're dead.
Yes, dead, but not gone.
I wish I could say it's good to see you. It's a pity we left off on the wrong foot. Last time we met, your goons destroyed my secret hideout.
Save your pity. Deep down you knew I was right anyway.
It is ironic, though. We pursued immortality when we were younger, and now look at you. You've accomplished our goal.
It's not exactly what I asked for.
So what happened? I thought Emperor Dan killed you. Did your henchmen resurrect you, wherever they are?
My minions have nothing to do with this. The last thing I felt was every part of my body, down to the last cork, be stretched into darkness. I was expecting oblivion, but instead I found myself in what could be described as a waiting room. It was blank and featureless, stretching into infinity. Before me stood a tall, skeletal figure who called itself Purgatoth. It presented me 3 doors, assigning me to the one in the middle. Apparently I was not allowed access to heaven nor hell, so I've been doomed to roam the earthly plane, unable to properly interact with those around me.
Fascinating. How long have you been like this?
I was sent here at the beginning of 2021. As I roamed the earth, I saw the impact my actions left. However, even though Dan cured the coronavirus, my point still proved correct. Humans are even dumber than they were when I was alive. I thought that by Sickening them all, only the strongest and the smartest would emerge alive. But alas, even those with power and intelligence have proven to be a disappointment. Instead of furthering mankind's progress, they hold it back with delusions of grandeur, blinded by the prospect of fame, leaving all who are underpowered to be uneducated and misinformed about what's really happening in the world. They won't be able to survive.
It is a shame that younger generations are losing their touch with reality, and even those who haven't just don't seem to care.
Zackary, every generation is a younger generation to us.
True. What's it like being a spirit anyway?
Perhaps I should push yours out of your body instead of me having to explain it.
What?
It'd be of no use, though. I've been completely deprived of my ability to touch. Although I have no concept of fatigue, either. I do not hunger, I do not thirst, I do not breathe. Even this cane is unnecessary, it's just an extension of my being. Whenever I move, it is like a gentle breeze brushing past me. It's as if I feel nothing at all.
Huh. And are you condemned to being stuck in this barn? Has anyone else seen you?
The entirety of the planet is free for me to roam without losing a shred of stamina, and I can make myself visible to whoever I choose. But I have passed my knowledge on to only one.
Who?
I will not tell you.
God is my witness. I'll make you tell me!
God wants nothing to do with me. Also, when I gave you that cursed sickle many years ago, I made sure it would not have any soul-affecting properties, just in case a situation like this would happen.
Damn. Even in death, you're still clever. That must be why the Shadow Pumpkin reacted the way it did. So, have you heard the news in regards to another supervillain who bears your first name?
Yes, Victor Von Doom. Just like I did before him, he made that coward of an Emperor Daniel come out of hiding by threatening what he wants. But where I have failed, I think Doom will succeed.
Strange that two of Dan's worst enemies are doctors.
Because he's sick in the head. Perhaps you'll be his next opponent.
Well, I wouldn't say that. We haven't agreed on everything in the past, but we're far from enemies.
Why do you serve the Empire anyway? You were better off being at that asylum.
There is no asylum anymore. And besides, I'd say working for the Monarchan Empire has its benefits. I get to learn about and visit other planets. It pays more than enough for me to have a new house, and I get free healthcare. Plus, I used to have these poetry meetings with Dan, Lord Claudius, and Imhotep. They helped me get in touch with my inner self. Though they stopped for reasons I don't really know.
Poetry?
Not a skill you think I'd pick up, did you?
I'm more surprised I didn't pick it up before. You've always been the softer of us two, anyway. Although poetry does serve as a look into one's psyche, and it is something I know you love to learn about.
You do understand.
I do, but I don't care for it.
Oh. Another thing about working for the Empire is that it seems that those who are closest to the Almighty Tallest know the secrets in regards to what the leaders of Earth are hiding. Claudius revealed that he knew about a contingency plan that Dan had in case of an emergency. And I think that there are more that he is ready to enact.
Yes, a contingency plan that involved destroying the capital of a national superpower and then depriving mankind of its most powerful weapons. I wonder if he chose not to do so before, because of all the destruction and the societal impacts that it would have.
When he returned from enacting his plan, he sounded like he was obligated, like he felt like he had to do it. He hates competition. You should know that. In fact, at the end of 2021, there was a giant alien invader that came to Earth to spread a virus much like you did. And Dan straight up erased him.
I kind of wish that fate befell me instead of this curse. I feel as if Dan wanted this to happen, so that I would be watching him in the afterlife to witness his eventual victory. Although that victory is not put into question thanks to Doom.
And the answer will be revealed in due time.
Yes.
But in the meantime, I'd like for you to reflect on everything we argued about in the past. Yes, it is true. I am the softer of us two. But that is because I still held on to hope. There is potential for greatness in humanity. Perhaps you just can't see it through your hatred. And I understand why you're hateful. It may be pointless to argue this after hundreds of years, but I believe that as long as there is one good person left in the world, mankind will endure.
Before we part ways, there is one more thing I must know. Why did you come here?
Only one of the oldest and greatest feelings of man is to blame: curiosity! Though I'd say it paid off a lot more than I thought it would. I'll retract what I said earlier. It was good getting to talk to you again, Victor.
I suppose I could say the same, Zackary.
Well, I'm writing that